You're going to put it above your armpits. So you're not going in, you're going above your armpits. And then you're going to flap your hands, kind of like birds. Now you're not doing the full wing motion. You're just making that hand motion. Animals. Okay. Then we have Miss Katie's favorite, cat. What you're going to do for cat is you're going to start kind of like an open 9. You're going to start at the corner of your cheek and you're going to pull out. Cat. This is for like the whiskers of the, all the little whiskers. Okay. The next one we have is dog. There are 2 ways to do dog. One of them, I'm going to describe it to you because it's kind of hard to do through Zoom. It's you pat your leg and you come up in a snap. Dog, pat and snap. The other one is, it's kind of like, so you're almost making that K motion and you bounce your middle finger back and forth. Dog. I've seen both of them very often. It kind of either way. Typically, I think what it is that this is like almost like shorthand for the patting and the snapping of your finger. So I think that's where they go with this one for dog. Then we have fish. So fish is going to be, you're going to have your non-dominant as a pointer. Dominant is going to be that kind of closed 5. You're going to put your non-dominant pointer finger at the base and you're going to go fish. Fish. Like you just kind of wiggle your hand, kind of think about like making a tail, like a fish's tail. Fish. This is for any type of fish. And also this is also the type for food fish as well. So if you're talking about the food. I think we did that last week, but I wasn't sure if we actually did the sign for fish. Then the next one we have is, or 2 weeks ago, sorry. Last week was emotions. The next one I have is bird, which if you guys remember from 2 weeks when we had food was chicken. So bird. And you want to make sure it's on your nose. I think about the beak. It looks kind of like a beak. Bird. Okay. Then we'll do one more and then we'll review those. The next one I have is snake. So like Miss Kay said, a snake is going to be, you're going to have this V, you're going to bend it, and you're going to start at your mouth and you're going to go snake. Snake. I think about the forked tongue and then it's slithering. Snake. Okay. Let's go back to our animal. So we had animal. Then we had cat. Then dog, pat your leg, snap, or dog. It's your middle finger. It's your middle finger and you bouncing it back and forth on your thumb. Dog. Then we had fish. Bird. And then snake. Okay, so now the next ones I have are bug. So bug is kind of the generic one used for any type of bugs, cockroaches, all the creepy crawlies, except for spiders. Spiders does have its own. So the way you do bug is you're going to have a 3. Your thumb's going to go on your nose, and then you bend your 2 pointer fingers. Bug. I will see sometimes if people are talking about ants, they'll go bug and then they'll fingerspell ants. That's kind of what I've seen. I've also seen them go black bugs. I've seen that a couple different ways of describing them. So just kind of, if you get like black bugs, they might be trying to say ants. It's just kind of one of those like regional, they may use that in that specific area sort of thing. Okay. The next one I have is spider. And so spider is going to be, you're going to have like these 2 5s. You're going to have them on top and then you're going to wiggle your fingers. Yeah. So they're kind of not like straight on top. They're kind of across each other. Spider. Miss Katie's like, I'm grossed out even just signing it.
Yeah, spiders don't gross me out, but the sign really is effective. It's like a lot of moving.
Oh, it is. It's very visual. All right. The next one I have is rat/mouse. because they are the same sign. And what it is, it's going to be your pointer finger. You're going to brush it across your nose. Rat or mouse. Very simple. All right. Then we have turtle. I personally love turtles, one of my favorites. You're going to have your dominant hand in a thumbs up. Your non-dominant is going to come from behind and cup it. And there's your little turtle. If you think the visual of like, here's the turtle shell and here's the little head sticking out, you like put it on top on the back. You want your like back end pinky of your non-dominant hand to like kind of be on top of your thumb. You see what I mean? All right. I got you. Thumb up, and you're going to come behind it. Come behind. There you go. I saw she was like, wait a minute. I look like I'm holding this. I'm like, yeah. It can be very complicated to visually see. That's why I always turn myself. But yeah, little turtle. I don't know. This one's just one of my favorites. I think it's just the little head poking out. Okay. And then we have tiger. So tiger is going to be these open and like open five, slightly bent. And you're going to go tiger. 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 All right. Well, let's go back through those. So we had bug. 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 Then we had spider. Spider. Then we had turtle. Oh, sorry, rat. I'm sorry. Thank you. I saw that. Rat. I did forget rat. Rat. Then turtle. Turtle. And then tiger. 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 It's just the stripes across your face. Tiger. Okay. The next one I have is lion. So for lion, you're going to have this very open C. And you're going to go across your like scalp. Lion. And you're kind of shaking it like a little bit. It's to visualize like the mane and all the fur. Lion. All right. The next one I have is bear. Bear is bear. So you cross your arms and then you just kind of brush your fingers like the claws. Bear. And this one's for every bear. So if you're doing black bear, polar bear, grizzly bear, usually you either can add the color before it or you can do the finger spell. Like grizzly, I typically see finger spell. Polar bear, I do actually see white bear. I have seen that. Some people will maybe just finger spell polar, but I have seen white bear before to represent a polar bear. All right. The next one I have is cow. So cow, I think you remember we did this during when we were talking about hamburgers, is the two Y's on the side of your forehead, and you go cow, cow, cow. You can do the one cow as well, the one hand. Okay. Then we have horse. Horse is going to be this kind of shape on the side of your head, and you're going to bend it. Horse. And it's like the little ears. Some people will do with the two ears, the two, but one is fine as well. Horse. Okay. We'll do one more and then we'll go back through those. Next one I have is monkey. Monkey is going to be monkey. It's truly what we think about when we were kids and we would act out a monkey. Monkey. I was very happy to see that. I was like, yes, okay. So we don't have to learn a whole new one. We know this one. All right. Let's go back through what we did. So we did lion. Lion. I feel like let me pull myself back a little. Lion. 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 Yeah. I'm like shaking my hand as I do it. Yeah. Lion. Then we had bear. Bear. Then cow. Cow or cow. Horse. 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 And then monkey. Monkey. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Okay, the next one I have is giraffe. So for giraffe, what you're going to do is you're going to have, again, that kind of open C. You're going to start at the base of your neck, and you're going to kind of tilt your chin up, and you're going to go giraffe. Giraffe. So it's the visual of like the neck just keeps going. Giraffe. Then we have elephant. So elephant, I am going to turn myself sideways a little because the angle would be, I'd be hitting my computer. You're going to start here with like the back of your hand on your nose, and you go elephant. Elephant. Yeah. Elephant. So the trunk. Okay. The next one I have is pig. So pig is going to be the back of your hand is going to go under your chin. And it's your whole hand, and all your fingers are going to come in. Pig. 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 Okay. Then we have zebra. So zebra is going to be kind of similar to our tiger, but now it's across your chest, down your stomach. Stripes. Yeah. Zebra. Some will do zebra where it's like across. It's the same thing. Zebra. All right. Then we'll do one more and then we'll go through those. The next one is frog. I almost said pig again. It's because it's similar. Frog is going to be now, you're going to have your fist under your chin and you're going to flick your two fingers. Frog. The 2 point fingers. Frog. This is also what I have seen for toad and tortoise. There are some that have different signs. Typically, I see them either be finger spelled if there's like if you're trying to say a difference. But usually what I see when in doubt, this is always frog. Sometimes I may see like some kind of added to the frog to say toad, but usually I just see in the end, you just finger spell frog, toad. Okay, so let's go back. We had giraffe, 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 then elephant, 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 pig, pig, zebra, zebra, and then frog, frog. Okay. Let's do. So I'm like, like I said, I shorthanded it, but there's still a few more I'm trying to like. All right, here we go. Okay, let's do now. The next one is alligator. Alligator, we all know. That's why I was like, this one is alligator. Open hands, and you're clapping. Alligator. Then we have penguin. Penguin's super cute. You're going to have, I do actually need to back up for this one. You're going to basically be waddling. You have your hands kind of out like this, but down, and you waddle. Penguin. Like full blown, like you're waddling like a penguin. It's really cute. Okay. Then we have duck. So duck is similar to chicken and bird, and it's going to be those 2 fingers. Duck. Duck. Okay. Then we have butterfly. So butterfly is going to be your 2, you're going to like cross them and have your thumbs touch, and you go butterfly. Butterfly. If you think about when you do shadow puppets and you try to make a bird or a butterfly motion, butterfly. All right. Then the next one is owl. Owl is going to be 2 O's, and you're just going to go owl. Owl. All right. Let's see. Okay, let's go back through those 5. So we had alligator, alligator, penguin, penguin, duck, duck, butterfly, butterfly, and then owl, owl. Okay, I have a few more. Then what we'll do is we'll stop. We'll go through all the ones we've done again, and then I'll leave it up to you guys if you have any animals you guys can think of. So let's see. All right, the next one I have is wolf. So wolf is going to be, you're going to kind of start with this open 5 and kind of in front of your face, and you're going to pull it out. Wolf, wolf. And it kind of represents like the long snout that they have. Wolf. Hmm. Then we have deer. Deer is going to be 5 hand deer. And then moose. Moose is going to be similar to this, but you add an extra. Moose. Moose. I do see those get interchanged sometimes. So if someone yells at you about that or says, no, this or that, I have seen them been interchanged. There was even a discussion one time. I was like, which one's which? And other people again were like, no, I use this one for moose and this one for deer. No, I use that vice versa. It happens sometimes. So, all right. The next one I have is fox. So for fox, what you're going to do is you're going to have an F and you're going to stick your nose right here. Fox. And then you're going to shake it. Fox. Fox. And then the last one I have is raccoon. So raccoon is going to be these like peace signs. You're going to have them in front of your eyes and you're going to close them and pull. Raccoon. Raccoon. Okay. Let's go through those. So we had our wolf. 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 Then we had deer. Deer. Then we had moose. Moose. Then we had fox. Fox. And then we had raccoon. Raccoon. So fun fact about the deer or this handshake is you know how in public schools we will have those like little phrases that are saying like 1, 2, 3, all eyes on me, or like the clapping hands, like trying to get attention. So in ASL, what is used, or not ASL, well, in deaf schools and stuff, is we use moose, I think, or deer. It's one of they call it, I can't remember what they call it, but it's the animal. And so they'll put their hands on their head like this. And that way it's like, when teachers would say, well, have your hands at your side and or kind of do something to show like, or put your finger on your lip. That's right. Because that way you couldn't talk through your lip, like you're through your finger. This is that same sort of concept because they can't sign if their hands are on their head. It's always really cute to see like little ones just immediately go and looking around to make sure all their friends are like having their hands on their head, but they also can't tell them put your hands on their head because they're just like motioning. Yeah, they move around like the little moose when they do that, and it's kind of cute. Okay, now let's go to the very beginning we had, and if I do forget one, please let me know. Just in case, because I will sometimes skip them, and I know I do. You guys have seen it, so I want to make sure I get them all. Let's go back through all the ones we had. So we started with our animals. Animal. And this is the sign for animal and animals. Have I explained how you would talk about singular versus plural in ASL? I don't know if I have. So it's really simple. There really isn't a difference for the sign itself when you're talking about a singular or plural. Like if you're talking about, I have 3 animals versus 1 animal, you would still say animal. This is just the general animals. There's not really that change that when we add that S at the end. The only thing you would add is you would say like how many. So like, 3 animals, 1 animal. So there isn't like a big difference in the signing that would impact that. And that goes for everything, for people, food, everything. There's really not this change with that S or that ES, whichever one you use. So kind of makes it easier when you're just trying to be able to visually know what you're talking about. Okay, so like I said, animals. Then we had cat. Cat. Then dog. Dog or dog. Then we had fish. 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 Bird. Bird. snake, 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 snake. Then bug, bug. It's on the nose. Yeah, bug. Spider, spider. Rat, rat. Turtle, turtle. Come up behind it. There you go. Turtle. Tiger, tiger, tiger. Lion, lion. Bear, bear. Cow, cow or cow. Horse, horse, horse. Monkey, monkey. Giraffe, giraffe. Elephant, elephant, elephant. Okay, I'll give you like a 2-second break because I know we're like going through like all of them, and I'm like, I am nonstop. I see they're all their minds are working. They're like, oh my gosh, wait a minute, I need like a minute. Yeah, so I want to give you like a quick little break just to breathe in. I think we're about halfway through with them again. Okay, so then we had pig, pig. Then zebra, zebra or zebra. Then frog, frog, frog. And this one you can multiple times. You know, there are some signs where you need to do it one time or multiple times. Most of the animal ones I see, if you do pig like multiple times, doesn't change it. Flick out your fingers multiple times, doesn't change it. Those are okay. Then we have alligator, alligator. Penguin, penguin. Duck, duck. Butterfly, butterfly. Owl, wolf, wolf. Think about the nose, like how it comes out of the snout. Wolf. Deer, moose. Fox, fox. And then raccoon, raccoon. Okay. Are there any animals you guys can think of that you guys are curious of, things like that? Or that you guys are like, well, I see these animals often, you know, what's that sign? Any that you guys can think of?
What is squirrel?
You know, I actually looked at that. I literally looked at it and went, that's an animal we see quite often. And that is on my list, but I like I said, I held it on. So squirrel and chipmunk, they're the same. You're gonna have these two little like twos. You're gonna bend them, put them on top, and then you bounce them. And it's like the teeth eating it. Squirrel. Sometimes the kiddos, when they see squirrels and they get really, really excited, they'll be like, oh, it's a squirrel. And I'll like make the motion of it like running up the tree, like with it. And I'm like, yeah, we have it here. And they're just like, that's the craziest thing. Okay, good. Yes.
I was just gonna say, at one point, didn't you tell us this is not like Mickey Mouse is not this?
No, I would not. If you're gonna do Mickey, yeah. Oh wait, that's right. Thank you for saying that. So if you're gonna do Mickey, Mickey is Mickey. It's the ears. Mickey Mouse. Yeah. I would not say Mickey rat. I would just go Mickey. Everyone knows this is Mickey Mouse. He has his own sign. I just always think it's funny because like when I was learning, I thought, oh, finger spell Mickey and then go rat. And I was like, no, like, because I'm also not talking about like a real live mouse. So yeah, Mickey Mouse. Goat. Okay, so goat. I'm gonna sign it once and then I'll show you because like this is one that like I don't know, it may be easy for you guys once I show it. When I was learning it, I struggled to like visually catch this, and it's goats. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna have it like in that shape of like you're gonna flick your two fingers up. You're gonna tap your chin, but not flick up, and then tap your forehead and flick up. Goat. And back up. Goat. I have seen some people flick in both. But I just go goat. Goat. It's supposed to be for like the scruff and the chin and then the head and the horns. Yeah. That was one that I don't know why could not wrap my head around. Like learning that one, I just would stare at it and go, why is this not sticking? So any other animals you guys can think of? I'm trying to see what other ones that we might have missed as well.
So if you wanted to say eagle or hawk, you would just do bird.
So eagle does have its own, but hawk, yes, you would use the bird. Is that X, and it's the back of your nose, eagle. So it's like that little curl, eagle. But most of the other birds, you do just do bird. Typically when I see if you're talking about specific types, and this goes for like all kinds of animals, even dog breeds, everything. The more specific you go, the more you have to finger spell. So if you're talking about a blue jay, you could do blue and then just jay. But if you're talking about like a hummingbird, you would do humming bird. You'd have to finger spell the whole thing out. Which is typically why the more broad of having the basics of just the generic animal, you can then add it later to help with signing. Because like I said, it finger spells. It's always fun having just finger spell my dog breeds, because I'll have my students will ask me, because like I'll introduce myself in the beginning of the year. I'll be like, I have 2 dogs. And they're like, well, what kind? And then I'll go like for my first one, I'm like, oh, he's a black lab. Super easy. And then the other one, I'm like, oh, she's a Jack Russell Terrier mix. And they're just like, and I hate having to finger spell like the whole thing out. I was like, this is just the longest name ever. So yeah, unfortunately that. I wish there were more dog, like, I don't know, I'm totally biased, like dog breed signs, but there are not. So chicken is going to be still like that bird. It's just all in one. There's very few birds that get its own sign. Like eagle got its own, penguin got its own. I'm trying to think of some other birds, but not many get their own signs, unfortunately. You finger spell mutt. I know. I have seen some people do the sign for mix, so the sign for mix is like mix. It's like you have your open hands and you like are spinning them like they're mixed, like mixed dog. For like a mixed breed. Some people will just go straight up like, yeah, mutt. Whale and dolphin. Okay, those are good ones. So I'm gonna start off with whale. What you're gonna do is you're gonna have your non-dominant arm go across. Your dominant is gonna be in a Y, and you're gonna start it on your bicep. Okay, and you're gonna go whale, and it's like the tail flapping. Sorry, I love that Miss Katie's like computer is just one of those like quirky things, and it just zoomed on Henry signing, and it just made me giggle. But whale, it's gonna be like the tail slapping of the water. Then for dolphin, you're gonna have your non-dominant again sideways. You're gonna start from this side now. There are 2 ways I've seen them. I'm gonna show you both. The first one is you're gonna have that kind of like that close 3, and you're gonna go dolphin, dolphin, dolphin. The other way is you're gonna have your 2 fingers like crossed with that thumb still sticking up, and then you go dolphin, dolphin. I just think it kind of like, I personally like this one better. I don't know why. I think the cross fingers, I just like that one, but either way works. That did make me think of another fish animal, shark. So shark, there are two ways you can do it. I've seen one where it's, you have your non-dominant kind of like in that Spock position, and you stick your dominant in the middle, so it looks like the dorsal fin in the water. Shark. And then the other one is you do a B and you do it up here and you tap. Now, I am going to warn you with this one. You got to be a little careful with this one. There is a not nice word up here if you're not fully careful with this one. I try to like make sure you like tap it. I would tap it multiple times and kind of go higher up on your head if you can. Because the closer you are to your forehead, the closer it could be a confusion. Flamingo does not have its own sign. There are some people who will be like, oh yeah, it's like flamingo. No, this is not flamingo. I'm like, there have been some people who will like say that, or they'll like look it up, and like there are some websites that will have like signs that it's like maybe they use it there, but it's not really one that's like a universal. And that is one that I've seen, and I'm always like, flamingo. I have seen some when they're like they don't want a finger swell, they'll just go, pink bird, pink bird. What other pink birds? Unless you're a bird person and you're like, I know all the types, and there are these types, like that. Most of the time, pink bird means flamingo to us. Any other animals you guys can think of? So I have one that's not a real animal, but it's still fun nonetheless, and it's a dragon. So a dragon is going to be, if you remember, we had our spicy, we had the fingers towards us and we kind of flew them away like this. Same thing, except now you're doing it from the back of your hand. This dragon. And it's like the flames coming out of your mouth. Dragon. I thought that one was so cool. I didn't learn that. Like, they didn't teach us that in school. They're like, oh, we're going to talk about real animals. I'm like, the ones, the fun ones that have signs. And like, I learned it in school, or in like actual teaching school. Like a kid was like, oh yeah, my favorite animal is a dragon. I was like, what is that? And they're like showing me it, like trying to describe it. And I finally was like, is it this? And I showed a picture. They're like, yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh, dragon. Total.
Wait, show us favorite.
Favorite. Okay. So favorite's going to be your middle finger and you're going to tap it on your chin. Favorite. So favorite animal, what? And then whichever one you guys have. So if you wanted to ask someone what their favorite animal is, you would go your favorite animal. Excuse me, what?
Does dinosaurs have any signs?
Yes. So dinosaur, for dinosaur, it's again very generic, all kinds, even if like even the pterodactyls, and it's going to be this non-dominant fist again. Dominant's going to be in that D shape, and you go dinosaur. Dinosaur. I think this is another cute one. I'm totally biased. Dinosaur. Sometimes you'll see people doing like dinosaur. I always add that arm. That just helps it be visually like it's talking about a dinosaur. Because if you do this, this could look like walking motion. I know that sounds weird. Because it's not the actual like sign for it. What it is that sometimes you can kind of gesture like how you're doing things. So like walking across. So that's why I add this so oh, I'm talking about a dinosaur. Any other animals you guys can think of? I'm trying to think of some as well.
I don't think anybody has ever asked for dinosaur. I don't know why we didn't think of that. Like, that's a good one.
I know, right? Like, I can't believe I didn't think of that. Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. We'll have to make sure. Actually, I'm putting that in here now before I forget, because knowing me, I will say that for next like groups class, and then I will never put it in there. Let's see. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, if you guys think of any, just let me know. I think what we're going to do is once more go through all the animals we've done again, just as another kind of review. And then I think by the time we finish, I think class will be done. So that way there's not too many signs. Okay? Sound good for everybody? Okay. So we start all the way back to the beginning, all the way back. We had animal, animal. Sorry, my dog sneezed. It startled me. So we had animal, then we had cat, cat, dog, or dog. Then fish, fish, fish. Bird, bird. Snake, snake, snake. Bug, bug, bug. Then spider, spider. Then rat, rat. Turtle, turtle. Tiger, tiger, tiger. Lion, lion. Bear, bear. Cow, cow or cow. Horse, horse. Monkey, monkey. Giraffe, giraffe. Elephant, elephant. Pig, pig. Zebra, zebra. Frog, frog. Alligator, alligator. Penguin, penguin. Duck, duck. Butterfly, butterfly. Owl, owl. Wolf, wolf, wolf. Deer, moose. Fox, fox. Raccoon, raccoon. Then the ones that were asked, so we had eagle, eagle. Then we had goat. So goat, goat. And then we had our chicken. Then we had whale. So whale. Then we had dolphin, dolphin, or dolphin. Oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness, I have the hiccups. We had squirrel or slash chipmunk. Squirrel. Two little fingers, yeah. Then we had dinosaur. Dinosaur. And then, I showed you guys shark. We had shark or shark. Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, so we just ended. That's perfect. And dragon. Wait, we had dragon. Sorry. Dragon. Dragon. With the little flames coming out. Okay, so bunny. Okay, so for bunny, what you're going to do is it's similar to butterfly a little bit. So you're going to have this like closed three again. You're going to cross like the thumbs and you go bunny. 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 That's also rabbit, all the same. Hair. I'm actually trying to think. I think I would probably use this for hair. If I was talking about hair, I'd probably do this and then I'd finger spell hair, just to show that that's exactly what I'm talking about. But most of the time I do this. Any other animals you guys can think of, for the last few minutes? Trying to think.
Would hamster and gerbil be under rat or no?
Probably like I see them all just finger spelled, hamster, finger spelled. I have seen some people do rat and then go hamster before. Typically it's just all finger spelled. Hamster, gerbil, all those. I was trying to think of any of the others. Guinea pigs, all those. I don't really see people go, I mean, you could, wouldn't be correct, but it wouldn't be like wrong if you did it. Like they wouldn't be able to understand if you went guinea pig. They'd understand what you meant, but probably would want to finger spell guinea pigs because they're not, because in the visual of a pig, that's not a pig, you know, if I mean, you know what I mean? So that kind of thing. Any others you guys can think of? Okay. I know there was one more, like I know it's almost done. I was gonna give you just one more. I think we've already done it, and it's pets. Just to know like how you can tell people how many pets you have. So our pets is you're just gonna pat the back of your hand like it's an animal, like it's a dog or a cat pet. So if you were gonna say you have so many pets, really there are two. One's the correct ASL right way. One is that if you did this, it wouldn't be, it's more a little bit more English, but it would still make sense. So, because I think I've talked a little bit about English, like ASL structure is different from English. So, like the way you would word things, it's like you would have their sentences would be different. So, like, you know, our questions have question word is at the end instead of at the beginning, things like that. So, if you were going to say how many animals you'd have, you or pets, you would say like pets, me have, and then some people go pets, like pets me have, like what? 5, or you could do pets me have 5. Like just saying the number of how many. Another way, this one's more English, and if you do, like I said, this one, if you do it, it might help with like learning ASL just to kind of get that visual, is me have 5 pets. Or me have 1 pet. Or that me have 7 pets. So yeah, so that's how you would say is like I would just say that point to you, and then have is like it's similar to animals, except you just bring them up to your armpits. Have 7 pets or pets 7. If you were trying to describe them, like which ones they were, you would open your hand sideways and do it. So like if you're saying 3 pets, like let's say you have 3 animals, I would say like me have 3 pets. I would go sideways like this. Like I would make this motion of turning it because this is how you list something or how you tell something. So I would go like point to the first one, cat, second one, dog, third one, fish. So that's how you can tell the different types. If they're all dog or all cats, you can go like make this motion of like pointing to all of them, dog. So I know I kind of rushed through that. I didn't want to like try to throw it too much, but I wanted to make sure you had at least some of that. And if you do have like 7, like since you guys have so many, you would open up and then you would go to like, you would open up, go all the way down, and then go to either you go to the 6th and 7th, like it's a line. Or you can like add it again, like you'd be like this. It gets kind of complicated.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I would kind of go like say like, okay, I have 7. All are dogs. 6th and 7th, cats. That kind of thing.
Gotcha. Okay. I wanted to share something that I just unexpected ASL happened in my life. Doug and I went to see Deep Canyon Rangers at Alice Stevens Center on Thursday night, and I realized that ASC had 2 interpreters, and they would switch out for each song. And what was so interesting was I could catch in the lyrics, like I saw help. And I caught some of the signs. That's so exciting that I knew what they were signing. But also what was really interesting was Steep Canyon Rangers are a bluegrass band. So there's a whole lot of there's not lyrics,
Yeah.
The interpreters, and both of them did this, would motion with their hands when a different instrument was playing, and then sometimes motion with both hands when two instruments were playing. And then I noticed that she was also like, she would change when a different instrument came in, she would like change. And so I thought, wow, you really have to know music and sign language to be able to interpret. It was really great, and really, it was just a neat thing to see.
It's really cool. I love watching interpreters in general. Like anytime there's an interpreter anywhere, I'm always like, because we'll have big meetings at school, and like not everybody at my school, because we have so many different services and so many different things. So we have like schools that are like our school for the blind that'll have their staff come in, and we'll have like a really big meeting. So like they don't know ASL. So we'll have our presenter is either signing or voicing. And then sometimes we'll even have our presenter is hearing and doesn't know ASL. So we have interpreters. The whole time I just watch the interpreter. Like I genuinely cannot, like every time I try to look at the presenter, my eyes just kind of teeter to the interpreters every time.
It was really fascinating. Also, didn't you tell us, maybe not in this class, but that you went to school to be a teacher specifically, not to be an interpreter? And those are two different things.
Yes, that is
which a lot of people might not realize. And I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. With it is like, so the thing is that to be an interpreter, you have to take a totally different test, and you have to like be certified in an interpreter. So while I'm certified to be a teacher for the deaf, education for the deaf kids, there's a much longer word of it. That's why I shortened it. But I'm not certified to be an interpreter. I could like go and try to become an interpreter, but I can tell you now, these listening ears and then like kind of like receiving it and then interpreting it, I get it. But if I had to see what someone's saying and then interpret, like voice it to them, I'm not the greatest at. I feel bad. I will forget to voice to hearing people. I've had to interpret a few times, not really like professionally, like just social conversations, or if we have like a maintenance worker come in to help fix something, and they come into one of my coworkers who's deaf and they don't know sign, they're like, they always, it's kind of funny because they'll do this whole like movement of like they just don't know how to like move to get like through. So they'll usually call me and they're like, can you help interpret? I'm like, yeah, sure. And so I'll like see what they say and I'll like sign it easily. But then the minute they have a question and I'm like, I look at the hearing person, I'll either sign it back to them, like I'm expecting them to know it now, or I won't, or like I'll like, it takes me a minute to voice. So I cannot be an interpreter. Like, I mean, I could if I practiced enough, but like that whole thing, I'm always like, oops. So I kind of feel bad. I always forget the hearing people. I'm like, so sorry. So, but yeah, and it's very interesting and very not different, but it is different.
Yeah, it's cool. Well, especially if you see the people doing sign language interpreters for like something very specific, like an incident at a hospital, or like the State of the Union address. Like you've got to know very specific words and terms, and so it's just really interesting.
And sometimes some places are not always familiar with knowing how to find proper interpreters. So there have been instances where they hire someone who's actually not a certified interpreter. That may or may have not happened for a government thing on the news one time. And oh, that was not pretty with the deaf community. Oh, I mean, they were like livid. I was livid because I'm watching it going, what? And like, it's like our school, like our teachers and staff would show us about it and talk to us about it. And I was like, what are they trying to say? And so, yeah, sometimes that just happens. And it's not good. We're trying to like get like, hey, you need to be like checking certifications and things like that. But yeah, so it's always interesting to be in the whole interpreter world. But
well, thank you so much, Gillian. Okay, so it is 6:32, but I did want to say before we go that be thinking about any phrases that you would like to learn for the last class. And if you want to go ahead and send those to me, especially things like we did today, look back at the vocabulary list and see where you might want to say, I have 6 cousins, or these are my favorite subjects, or can you tell me where to find a restaurant? Like, just whatever phrases you might want to learn. Go ahead and pass those on to me and I can check with Jillian. And those are things that we can work through in the February 27th, that last class.
Yeah.
That makes sense? Okay.
It sounds good.
All right.
I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of y'all's week, and I will see you guys all next Tuesday. Bye,
Thanks,
guys.
Joy. Bye, everybody.
Mom?